Hi guys, and welcome back. I have been, excuse me for not being available. I have been trying to get my exercise routine down and really focusing on really getting back on point, putting things in perspective. You know that when you choose to be healthy or to live a more balanced lifestyle, you have to go back to the basics. And in doing so, you have to make sure that you are checking in with yourself to create that balance. I stated earlier before when I stated that we have to correct certain problems that happen to us. Sometimes we have to begin with us so that our offspring don't have to deal with the residuals, so to speak. When I look back and I evaluate how things might have, what they might have looked like with my parents, okay? My father was very competitive. And sometimes when you are competitive as a couple, I mean, it's good when it's a healthy competitiveness where you're trying to, let's say, like my ex, when we went to college together. One of the things that I really liked about him is he'd say, okay, my goal is I'm going to get an A. I'm saying, I'm going to get an A too. But while we were, I don't think it was more of a competition. I think what it really was is that we really just wanted to get ahead. We wanted to accomplish certain goals, period. And it's good to know that your partner's on the same page as yourself. It becomes unhealthy when you are fighting each other to get to a certain goal. Okay, I have to go back to a prior person. I was in a relationship and did not realize that I was in a competition in this relationship. Sometimes when people are in relationships and you really didn't get the time or you did not take the time, let's correct that, to get to know who the person is, you don't know what you're dealing with. And when a person is unhealthy and you have found yourself in a relationship with a person who is unhealthy, now you find yourself fighting against a person that you really shouldn't be fighting against. You can be as supportive as you choose to be, but when you're in a relationship and you're being supportive of one person and they're not being supportive of you, what does that look like? It looks like an imbalance. It looks unhealthy. It looks like you are fighting to help someone and they are not giving anything back in return. We don't always know what this looks like when we're in relationships, when we are jumping and we are allowing our imagination to go free range, so to speak. Sometimes when you're in a relationship, you're saying, oh, this person is perfect, and you think that they're falling in line with the guys that you have. You're putting things in a perspective that they're not actually in. You ever go on a trip someplace and you're loving the journey, but while you're loving the journey, are you seeing all of the aspects of the journey? In relationships, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a relationship where you are trying to move in different directions, we have to hold ourselves accountable for our own observation, not assuming what could be or what should be, but what is what we're supposed to be looking at. So, healthy looks like you are taking care of yourself first and moving forward and getting to know and understand as things follow through. We sometimes make mistakes, especially, okay, sometimes when you haven't been in a relationship for a long period of time and you get into a relationship, it's like you have to start all over again because this is like the first date moving on to other things. Sometimes when you're out of when you've not done it for such a long time and you get into a relationship, it's kind of, it's that point in time where you have to really take your time. Be patient and watch things unfold as they should so that you're able to make certain decisions based upon what it is that you're dealing with. You don't know this person. You're getting to know this person. You're trying to understand this person. When you're single, it's easy because you know it's only you, and you're getting to understand you. You're getting to understand different things that are going on, you know, with whatever it is that you're doing. You know, I noticed that during Christmas time, holiday time, you're around relatives, you're enjoying the party time. You know, sometimes people will look at you and they'll say, okay, she didn't even bring anybody with her. She must not be happy, or he might not be happy. People put their own beliefs on you. Don't let them do that. Look at yourself, evaluate where you are, where you want to be. It's not always so healthy sometimes to even bring people around your relatives until you know for sure where you are headed with the person. Because certain questions come up, sometimes it's uncomfortable. I think I shared with you guys before how I brought a guy who we were actually working towards engagement, and I was moving out of town at the time. And bringing him around relatives actually helped me to see that he was a balanced individual. Like, he was able to deal with our fanny pinching him on the posterior. He was able to deal with different people asking his opinion. You know, it was a lot of fun, and it was a very good experience, you know, to have. But later on, when I got to really observe, I realized that we really didn't have the same things in common. What happens is, again, sometimes when you are enjoying the journey, you get so caught up in the journey itself, and you say, oh, I wonder what our kids going to look like. I wonder this, I wonder that. And you get so caught up in what you want to be the situation that you've lost perspective on what's actually happening at that point in time. So just remember that part of getting to know you, part of the journey of getting to know what it is that you want, is loving yourself and learning that the journey begins with you. So long as you love yourself, and so long as you are committed to loving yourself and understanding yourself better, then you're able to elaborate an experience with others, be it friend, foe, or a loving relationship in other aspects. So it is so lovely being you, and thank you so much for joining us today. You have a wonderful one.